if you're not mature enough to handle a period, you're not mature enough to be having sex. And that's the tea. Hey guys, it's Sharon. It is the last week of the month, and this is officially my last video of the month, so y'all already know exactly what time it is. And sadly, it is Aunt Flo visiting time, but that's besides the point. Every single month, I make period horror story videos because, I mean, like a period, they also happen once a month, so you see how it makes sense? Okay. I do have a bunch of those already on my channel. I have an all about periods playlist. If you do want to binge some more of those, definitely feel free to. This one, I decided to shake it up, make it a little bit different. I have made this video before, so this is technically a part 2. Instead of just regular period horror stories, I was like, you know what we need? Some first period horror stories. So the first period you ever had. I feel like those are some of like the worst ever because you have no idea what's coming out of you. When I first got my period, I thought I was dying. Thumbs up if you thought you were dying too. That's totally normal. But anyways, if you guys want to see more videos like this, let me know. Again, give it a thumbs up and let me know in the comments below. Make sure to follow me on my Instagram and my Twitter so you can get videos just like this one, and definitely make sure to subscribe for more if you want to see more. I do want to mention that this video is sponsored by Casetify, so thank you so much. Casetify is a tech accessory brand selling unique and custom phone cases, AirPod cases, watch bands, and a lot more. I want to show you guys my phone case. So this one is some pressed flowers and it says Princesa. Now, like I said, Casetify does let you customize your phone cases, and their phone cases have a military grade drop protection, meaning you can drop this for like over 6 feet and it would still be fine, which thank goodness, because your girl can get pretty clumsy. And I mean, the fact that this is not only protecting your phone, it is also super cute. Amazing. Chef's kiss. These cases also have an antimicrobial coating that kills 99% of germs and bacteria, which I feel like is super freaking important now, especially considering the fact that Miss Rona still has not left us alone. Casetify also works with a bunch of super cool designers and brands, some of my favorites being Stranger Things and NASA. Like, what the heck? But I do want to emphasize that my absolute most favorite part about Casetify is the fact that you can customize your phone cases and make them yours completely. I have this case that's a mirror and it says Bonita. I also have this one because your girl loves some space, and this, which is sand. How freaking cool is that? I got to choose the color of my sand. Your options are absolutely endless. You can customize it, change text, change fonts, change the color. It's just incredible. You can even change the like protective side color. Amazing. If you guys want to get started designing your own unique and protective and clean phone case, you can go to casetify.com/justsharon and you'll also get 20% off your new favorite phone case. But anyways, once again, thank you Casetify for sponsoring this video. And now go grab your tea, go grab your snacks, go grab your period supplies, and let's get into this. I got my period on the first day of 2020. What a start to a horrible freaking year. I mean, okay, if it's gonna be a crappy year, at least add that little, here's your first period cherry on top. You know what I mean? Like, if it's gonna be bad, just might as well give it all to me right now. You know, my band teacher has a chair that you sit in if you talk while he's teaching. I got caught talking and he told me to sit in the chair for the entire class. When he told me to go back to my seat, I stood up and he looked at the chair and immediately draped his jacket over it and then acted like the phone rang in his office. He said the nurse needed me for an eye exam. I was confused, but he gave me a pass and said, you bled through, go to the nurse for some clean clothes. As embarrassing as this is, can we talk about how incredible and amazing this teacher was? I mean, sure, he put this girl in the corner and in the bad chair, but dude did a solid in being like, I'm saving you, just trust me, just go. So he's a cool one for that. Like, shout out to him, we stan. If I were to have my first period, I would want it to be with this teacher. That sounded really weird. I got my first period on Thanksgiving and I was at my dad's house with only boys. I know I shouldn't have been afraid to ask for pads, but I was. I do understand this, I'm not gonna lie. I don't think I ever told my dad I got my period anyways. I think I told him after a couple of years and I was like, hey, can you go buy me some pads? Like, it wasn't even I told him I got my period. I was just like, I need this. Nothing to be ashamed about with having a period. I understand when you're first getting it, you might feel embarrassed, but girl, you gonna have your period for a while. Own it. Let people know. Who cares? I mean, I don't know about the brothers, but I know the dad at least knows what a period is. So even if dad feels awkward, dad, you had a girl. You knew it was coming. Can you go grab me some tampons and some chocolate? Thank you very much. I was coming home from school and I went to go pee and I saw something brown in my underwear. So I told my mom, I think I pooped my pants. She came and told me I got my first period and then she started crying. This is oddly really similar to my first period story. I mean, I also had this brown stuff in my underwear, and that's discharge, and if it's brown, that's usually just like old blood. I remember when I first told my mom, she definitely started freaking out, and she started calling every single one of her friends possible, letting the whole world know I got my period. Thanks, Mom, but nope, you didn't poop yourself, and it'd be kind of weird if you pooped yourself from your vagina because that's not where poop is supposed to be coming from. So if you start seeing some brown stuff in your underwear and it doesn't smell like poop, just know she coming. I was making out with my crush under the bleachers, and he said, "Ew, get off me, you're gross." And I was like, "What are you talking about?" And he pointed to my pants and said, "Look." I was horrified. Oh, absolutely not. I understand being a little bit embarrassed that someone pointed out your blood stain, but don't call me gross. This guy is trash, and he's a joy for that because you can't control your period. If you have a vagina, you're gonna bleed. Well, there's some people out there that never have periods. Good for them, but that's besides the point. So the fact that this guy was grossed out, weren't you just kissing me 2 seconds ago? What's the problem? Girl, leave him. Plenty of other boys to make out under the bleachers with. I told my ex-friend that I got my period, and she started being really mean. So I made a new friend who helped me manage my first period. That kind of sucks. And you know what? I feel like when I had gotten my first period around that time, if I'm not mistaken, some of my friends have already gotten it, and I'm not gonna lie, I understand feeling a little bit weird if like your friends have their period and you don't because you kind of feel like you're behind or something, but like understand that everybody is different. You know, your body has a different timeline it's gonna follow than like your friends. There's nothing wrong with that. So I don't know why this friend was being mean. Like, I'm like, is it jealousy? Cause it's like, girl, trust me, there is nothing to be jealous about with having a period. If I could have waited as long as possible to get my period, I would have. Enjoy your freedom while you can. I was 15 and having sex. I haven't gotten my period yet, and I was doing the dirty with my boyfriend, and I got my first period. He got disgusted by it and broke up with me. I got pregnant, but at least my parents were supportive. You know what it is to get your first period while having sex and to end up pregnant, because once you have your first period, you can get pregnant now. What are the odds? I feel like this was destiny, but this boy sucks. If you're not mature enough to handle a period, you're not mature enough to be having sex. And that's the tea. I got it for the first time the day I had to go to a family reunion. I really wanted to swim with my cousins, but I didn't know you couldn't swim with a pad on, so I just put a pad in my swimsuit and it came out and sank to the bottom of the pool. You'd think that a pad would float. So yeah, when you're gonna go swimming, don't wear a pad because pads are meant to absorb liquids and water is a liquid, so the pad will absorb all that water. If you're scared of tampons, there's other options. There's actually period swimwear. There's a menstrual cup. Also, when you go in a body of water and your vagina is submerged in water, the water pressure will stop your period, but just know the second you get out, girl, it is back to normal. So do what you want with that information. Just know that don't use a pad, but hey, lesson learned. And apparently they sink. I'm so baffled. We were on a field trip and on the bus, I started feeling cramps, so I got up and looked at my seat and there was a puddle of blood. My female teacher laughed at me and my male teacher helped me get changed. You'd think it would be the other way around. Shout out to that male teacher. He's a real one. We love him. Obviously, the male teachers in this video so far have been very freaking cool. I mean, the band teacher and now this guy, we are so proud of them. The female teacher though, I'm gonna have to fight her, and the reason I say that is because how are you gonna be a person that has periods and laugh at someone for getting their period? Girl, do you know what karma is? You laughing at me for leaking? Wait till it happens to you and I will be right there laughing too, because yeah, we're gonna be a little bit petty in this situation. How are you gonna laugh at me? I got my first period and decided to try a tampon, but I cut the string off. I spent an hour trying to fish it out. Oh no, guys. The string is there for a reason. That string needs to be there. That's how you pull your tampon out. If you are scared of your string like showing, just tuck it into your lips, okay? You'll be fine. Just whatever you do not cut it. Also, if you were to cut it, your tampon's not gonna get lost in your body. Your tampon's not gonna go anywhere. You can get it out of your vagina, I promise you. At least there's that. It was my first time putting a tampon in and I was terrified, and I was on the phone with my friend who was younger than me and had never gotten her period before. I was literally crying and she said, I can put one in too, and I said, no you can't, that's not how it works. But she did anyway, and when she went to take it out, she ripped her, you know, and she started bleeding, but it wasn't her period. I'm gonna assume this friend somehow injured her vagina. Sadly, I'm not surprised because tampons do not hurt. Tampons should not hurt. Tampons will only hurt in two situations. If you are dry, or if it's like the wrong size, or if it was put in incorrectly. More and mainly if you are dry. That is why you should not practice putting in a tampon if you are not on your period, because having all that dry cotton inside you is the worst. If you want to know what hell feels like, then put in a tampon while you're not on your period. Poor girl, she literally started bleeding and it's not even her period. All because she wanted to be such a great friend. What bad karma for being a great friend. I was in the bathroom with some friends and one of them literally just fainted. One friend went to grab a teacher while we huddled around to see what happened. Mother Nature decided it would be a great time for my first visit and I started to leak. A teacher rushed in and saw the blood near my friend and thought we had killed her or something. Wait a second. Every last week of the month, I upload my secrets and confessions videos and my period videos, right? In my secrets and confessions video, which is like literally the video before this one, I read a story about a girl who had fainted and her friend got her period and leaked and it looked like the friend was in a puddle of blood. Are these the two friends and they sent in their own versions of the stories? Oh my god, I'm losing my mind. This is just too close to be coincidental, but if it is coincidental, I'm gonna be so weirded out that that's happening multiple times. I'm just saying, if I were to pass out and woke up in someone else's period blood, I'd just pass out again. I was in ballet class and we were at the bar. The girl behind me tapped on my shoulder and whispered, "You're bleeding." I looked down and my tights were stained with my blood. I asked her to go to the bathroom, but the teacher wouldn't let me. The girl behind me said, "No, she really has to go," and pointed at the blood. Everyone was staring at me and the teacher still wouldn't let me go? Why? And what makes me mad is the fact that this teacher knows this girl is covered in her own period blood. She has to go change. She's bleeding out of her vagina and she still says no. I would be like, "Ma'am, I don't know who the hell you think you are, but you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go to the restroom." And if you got a problem with that, you can take it up with my mama, you can take it up with your boss, the lawyer I'll call in, anyone and everyone. That just makes me so mad. If your teachers tell you no, do not be afraid to tell them no, because you cannot stop your blood from coming out of your vagina as much as we wish we could. Wow, the female teachers in this video have really been hurting me so deeply. I was with my crush and we were making cookies at school. The frosty was red for Valentine's Day and I felt something. Went to the bathroom, came back, and my crush said, "You had frosting on your seat." I told the teacher that the frosting had expired because it stunk. My teacher gave me a pad while everyone was still there. The poor crush thought it was expired frosting. Bless his heart. But at least someone didn't think that that blood was actually frosting and tried putting it on a cookie, okay? Because yes, that has happened. Makes you never want to look at another cookie again. It makes you want to question every single red frosting, right? But I'm just so grateful that didn't happen. And I mean, really, teach, you could have made it a little bit more discreet that you're giving me a pad. But okay, thanks for the pad. And thanks for not eating my bloody frosting. My mom didn't believe me. She said that I just cut myself. Mom, why would I lie about getting my period? Trust me, I don't want to be bleeding out of my downstairs area, so why would I lie about that? I just can't believe this mom literally thought she cut herself. Yes, Mom, I purposely cut my vagina because that sounds like the most painful cut to ever get, just so I could bleed out of her for a week straight. Mom, if you don't get me a pad right now, I swear this will not be pretty. This is really petty. But I've been like, "Mom, you don't think I'm on my period? Okay, hold up. Let me bleed on everything you own and then let's see if you believe me." Who cuts their vagina like that? I got my period for the first time and coincidentally, it was my first time doing it. He woke up with blood all over him and rubbed it all over me. He left and I never saw him again. I mean, obviously it really sucks and it's embarrassing that this guy woke up with period blood all over him, but the fact that he took it as far as grabbing his hands and rubbing that period blood on his body, putting it on his hands to then rub it on someone else. Dude, really? Did you want to play with the period blood? Just say so. Maybe it's a good thing this guy left and never came back or spoke, because he was playing with the period blood. You can't change my mind. A day before I had my first period, I was watching Just Sharon, and then the next day in the morning, I got my first period and I was like, what a coincidence. Confirmed. If you watch Just Sharon period videos, you will get your period. I'm totally kidding. Could you actually imagine that we all just got our periods after watching this video? That would be crazy. But anyways, that's super ironic. And of course, if you want to see more period videos, I do have a bunch more on my channel. Not to toot my own horn, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give us a thumbs up and let me know in the comments below. If you have your own embarrassing first period horror stories that I did not expose and you would like to share, definitely comment that down below. Like I mentioned, I do have a part 1 that you can check out. And of course, I also just have so many other period videos too, even period hacks, tips, facts, myths, all that good stuff. Now, shout out of the day goes to Violet on Instagram. Thank you so much. If you would like to be shout out of the day, just follow me on my Instagram and stay active. I also did start a new series series on my Instagram called Tea Time with Just Sharon, where I answer questions that you are too afraid to ask anyone else every single Friday on my Instagram stories. And then I will also post all the questions and answers on my IGTV in case you missed them. So definitely go check that out. And of course, if you want to see more, you should definitely subscribe for more, because I do make these videos once a month and a bunch of other bonus period videos sprinkled in throughout. So I got you, sis. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!